Hey folks, I found some gorgeous French breakfast radishes at the farmer's market and we're going all in on them. I'm going to show you how to pick them, how to store them, how to pair them, and then 3 delicious recipes that I bet you've never tried before. What to look for when buying radishes. We'll let the greens do the talking for radishes. We're looking for more crisp, fresh greens. That'll give a good sign that your radish will be nice and fresh. And then obviously we want them to be nice and crispy. So really focus on the greens. If the greens aren't looking too good, I would say it's a no-go. How do you store radish to keep it fresh? One of 2 ways. First off, in a Ziploc bag, we put a damp towel around the radishes and that will keep them nice and fresh. Option 2, dehead the greens off the radish. Get you cold water in a plastic container. Add in your radishes, throw a lid on them, throw them in the fridge. They'll stay nice and crisp and fresh. What does a radish taste like? Good question. Radishes are commonly grown for the root part. They have a crunchy and spicy flavor. And then the greens are also edible, although that's not their main go-to. I would say very similar to arugula, peppery kind of vibe. A little bit of citrusiness going on. What are some common pairings for radish? We can drop it into 3 categories. We got our citruses, lemon, vinegars, oranges, that whole range, apples as well. Second off, we got herbs like basil, dill, tarragon, all do very well. And then finally, we got our dairy, butter, yogurts, sour cream. Those are probably some of my favorites to pair with, and let's break it down. Our first recipe is a quick no-cook app. It's radishes with butter and flaky sea salt. Check that out. The first time I ever tried this recipe was when I was in Lyon, France. It was a birthday dinner and the chef served this up for me. I was so surprised by the simplicity and how delicious it low-key was. This one's pretty simple. You start off by cutting off the top end and bottom end of your radishes. Then we're gonna slice them in half. Here we got some cold butter. We're just gonna get some of that. Just like that. Over the top. And over here, we're gonna do something a little bit different than the traditional kind. This is some compound butter. It's got parsley, garlic, lemon, zest, and we're gonna do the same thing. Plating these guys is super simple. Just gonna make a little star with them. And finish them off with a little bit of some flaky salt. There we have it. French breakfast radishes with cold butter and some flaky sea salt. Alrighty, let's give these a try. Traditional, very good. Now, why does this recipe work? First off, it's a contrast in texture. You got the super crisp radish with the cold butter. It's also got that creaminess. Second off, the fat from the butter helps tone down the spiciness from the radish, and that gives the people that are affected by the spiciness from a radish a more mellow and chill version. For our second dish, we're taking use of the whole radish and making a mellow, tender, warm side dish. This one is sautéed radish with greens and garlic, with a little bit of lemon juice on the top, give that nice acidity. This one's pretty simple. Here we have 4 parts to this dish. We got the radish tops, the radishes, garlic, and lemon. We're also going to use olive oil, salt, and pepper. And then maybe a little balsamic vinaigrette over the top. But for now, we're going to have all our radishes. While we're doing this, we're preheating a small pan over a medium-high heat. And we're going to give these a nice browning on the inside here. For the garlic, we're just gonna slice it thinly. These tops we're gonna leave as is. They're gonna really wilt and get smaller as we fry them. Our pan should be preheated by now. We could do a little test with some water. As you can see, the little water bubbles are. Start off by adding some olive oil. Just enough to cover the bottom of the pan. We could place in our radishes, just like that. The reason that we're having such a reaction is because there's water in the radishes, and oil and water don't mix quite too well. So we're gonna let those go for 2 to 4 minutes, and once they are nice and crispy on one side and brown, we're gonna give them a flip. Let's give these a look. That's what we're looking for. Nice crispy browning. Second side, we don't really need to do them for that long. So we're gonna send in the garlic. Garlic probably only needs like 30 seconds. So we'll keep it quick. And then we're gonna finish with our greens, and they're gonna go. A little bit of kosher salt. 1, 2 of the pepper. And we're finishing off with some lemon juice. Gonna give it some nice acidity. Already done with our salad greens on the bottom. Now we're gonna top with our radishes. A little more lemon juice to finish it off. Look at that. Let's give this one a try. I got a nice little bite. We got the greens, we got a radish, and we got the garlic. If you've only had raw garlic, be prepared to be surprised. These radishes are so tender. They're not as crisp as they were earlier. And then they have the addition of the nice sauté mallard browning on that one side. I'd say give this one a try. For our third recipe, we got quick pickled radishes. Super simple. It adds a tang and crunch to so many dishes. Bowls, salads, sandwiches, charcuterie. The options are endless. Super easy, ready in 24 hours. And you can mix and match and do them however you like, as long as you know the basic pickling technique. If you have yet to pickle something, then this might surprise you at how easy it is. We only have a few ingredients. Here we got a half a cup of white vinegar. And here we got a half cup of water. So equal parts vinegar and water. You can use apple cider vinegar, red wine vinegar, white wine vinegar, whatever you got on hand. And then the next 2 ingredients, we're gonna add a teaspoon of sugar, and then twice of that in salt. And then we're just gonna bring this to the boil over the stove, and we're gonna pour it over our radishes. In the meantime, we'll prepare our radishes. You could do them super thinly sliced, but I'm going here for more of bite-sized pieces. So we're going to add those into the jar. Next off, you usually add some kind of seasonings like mustard seeds, peppercorns, although I recently moved into a new place so I don't have quite everything I need. We do have some fresh dill though that I'm going to throw in there and a clove of garlic. I also had some asparagus I needed to use up. I quickly blanched this 15 seconds in hot water and then I gave it an ice bath. So we're also going to add that in. I think the crisp radishes and the green grassy asparagus will work together well. No black peppercorns, so we're just gonna add some regular pepper. Now we just wait to pour over our pickling liquid. There we go, I poured over our brining liquid over the top. And I forgot to mention that you could use all types of dried spices in your pickling. That is the awesome part. We're just gonna throw these into the fridge after they cool down to room temperature for 24 hours and they should be ready to go tomorrow. Thanks so much for watching, and next time you're at the farmer's market at the grocery store, don't pass up those radishes. There's over dozens of ways to cook them and you know 3 now. So please follow and comment if you enjoyed. Give this video a thumbs up and we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.